Hello friends, it's me, and today let's watch why is the horse girl game style so iconic. Style theory from the StyleTheorists. Together, let's go. Let's start. Thank you.
Horse girls are taking over. Uma Musume is the internet's latest obsession. Literally everyone I know is either playing the game, watching the anime, or asking, WTF is this? Listen, if you know, you know. And
I don't know what I don't know. Sorry.
if you don't, get ready, because you are about to learn everything you need to know about the fashion of these anime horse girls. Hello internet, welcome to Style Theory, your fashion ride or die since 2023. And
Hello internet, welcome to Style Theory.
speaking of riding, horse riding to be clear, today we are talking about the anime horse girl racing game and its tie-in anime series that has taken the internet by storm. I'm talking of course of Uma Musume Pretty Derby. Listen, you have no idea how many people have asked me to cover this game ever since we did the K-pop Demon Hunters episode. And speaking of that episode, I'm going to remind you that I will be doing my best with all the names and terms in this episode to pronounce them correctly based on the guides I can find online. Yes, you have my full permission to laugh if I say something wrong, just be kind and know I am trying my hardest. Cool?
Yeah, cool. So let's be kind about it, let's be understanding. She's trying her best. She's trying. Thank you.
Cool. Now, here's the TLDR version of this crazy horse girl game. This is a gacha or collecting game where you are collecting anime horse girls and training them to win horse races. Yes, these girls are literal horses. I mean, that's why it's called Uma Musume. It literally translates to horse girl. But that is not the best part. The part that made me think, yes, we have to cover this on this channel, were their outfits. These looks are full of history, Easter eggs, and most importantly, lore. By the end of this episode, you will know everything that you need to know about the fashion of Uma Musume Pretty Derby.
Hey, game theory in the Style Theory episode. Yeah, game theory in the Style Theory episode. I wonder what Tom is gonna say.
It only makes sense for us to start with what is definitely the main draw of the game. The horses. The horse girls of Uma Musume are all based on real-life horses. As such, they all sport ears and tails, so you never forget that, yes, these are actually horses. In fact, the creators had to design special phones for the characters to use to make up for that comically large distance between their horse ears and their human mouth. It's just objectively hilarious. These girls. Now, this style of anthropomorphizing different animals isn't really anything new, especially in anime, manga, and, you know, fun little games. Actually, I just added this gold chip plush to my collection because I love the character design just that much. I mean, look at her. Look at her. She is so cute. So cute. I just wish there was a way for them to come with me wherever I go because they give me so much joy. Oh wait, they can. Whether you're making your card 100% more adorable or packing a plush for good luck, you can do it all easier with Exter. And I am so happy to tell you that we are partnering with Exter again for this episode. No joke, I have been using this Exter wallet every day since I got it. This is the one I got the last time that we partnered with Exter, and it's become my everyday card holder. And Exter was nice enough to send me a brand new one in a lovely seafoam green. Oh my gosh, if you put these together, they look like Samson Biggs' hat. Look, it's so cute. I love that it makes your cards easy to access with just the push of a button, and that the strap helps me keep track of all of my receipts when I'm traveling for work. And speaking of traveling, Escrow has a brand new item I am obsessed with. It's this little travel vacuum. It's a travel vacuum. Not like the vroom vroom vacuum cleaner. I mean one that can help you vacuum seal a travel bag to give you more space in your luggage. Listen, I am a chronic overpacker, and this has saved my life. Instead of panicking over what I can't fit, I can use the travel vacuum in bags to fit everything I need. And a few things I just want to take along. You know, just in case. I'm actually packing.
Alright, as I age older, I recognize that females tend to have more things to pack than males. It is expected of society that girls have to wear makeup when they go outside. It is expected that girls have to wear additional undergarments when they go outside. It is expected of them in comparison to males. So I understand where she's coming from.
Looking right now for a trip to Florida to visit my family, and so this was like destiny, baby. And you are destined to save, because Extra is having their huge fall sale now until November 5th with deals up to 35% off. And you know, November 5th just so happens to be my birthday, but like, no big deal, no big deal. But in
Happy birthday, happy birthday to you， 祝你生日快乐，誕生日おめでとう，생일 축하합니다， Just anniversary， 생일박사 feel good， Happy birthday to you， Happy birthday to you。
Instead of getting me a present, get yourself one by using code STYLE to get an extra 10% off those already crazy sale prices.
I know! Happy birthday, us!
All you have to do is scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to start shopping the sale right now. And don't forget to use code STYLE for an extra 10% off. Thanks again to Extra for sponsoring this episode. Now, back to the races.
In the game and anime, all of the horse girls are enrolled at the prestigious horse training school, known as Tracyn Academy. And in true anime fashion, whenever they're on campus, they are wearing a school uniform. But while these uniforms may seem a little boring and cliche, especially if you are a frequent anime viewer, I'm here to tell you that that is totally not the case. The history of how these uniforms became so tied to Japanese culture is actually fascinating.
The stereotypical Japanese schoolgirl uniform typically consists of a pleated skirt, a bow or scarf, and a blouse with a collar reminiscent of those seen in old-school sailor uniforms.
And no, it
Thus, it became an iconic sailor uniform.
did not get that name for its use in Sailor
A female sailor uniform.
Moon, though that is arguably what gave it its worldwide fame. Turns out that these sailor-like uniforms didn't actually appear in Japanese culture until around the 1920s.
Prior to that, girls in Japan typically wore a kimono to school.
But that all changed once the Fire Nation attacked. Just kidding. It changed with the arrival of a woman named Elizabeth Lee.
Lee was the principal of
I like it that she introduced like the Avatar, the Last Airbender references.
the Fukuoka Academy for Women, and she thought that kimonos were not exactly a convenient or comfortable thing to have to wear to school every single day.
Your mileage may vary on that opinion. But because of that, Lee started to look for alternatives for her students to wear.
Back in her school days, Lee spent time as a foreign exchange student in the UK, where she had to wear the British school uniform.
It was this experience that inspired Lee to bring these uniforms to her students in Japan. And her designs drew heavy inspiration from the British Royal Navy uniform of the time. And the rest, as they say, was horsery. Sorry, I mean history. Horse puns.
The sailor-style school uniform exploded in popularity across Japan, where it became known as the Sailor Fuku style, named for the Fukuoka Academy where Lee worked. And over time, it became the default school uniform.
At least in popular Japanese media.
Today,
In real life, no. In real life, that's not how things work. Because Japan experienced 4 seasons. There'll be days in which it's super cold, there'll be days in which it's super hot. Finding one particular style that fits all seasons is difficult. Sorry.
the style is almost exclusively worn by junior high students. The majority of Japanese high school students have transitioned away from the Sailor Fuku style to a more Western Catholic-esque school style uniform, with a plaid skirt, sweater, and blazer.
But the horse girls of Uma Musume aren't just attending school, they are also living out their idol fantasy. Yeah, as if this game didn't have enough going for it already, the horse girls of Uma Musume aren't just racing, they are also hopping on that pop idol train. Honestly, it shouldn't be that surprising. Idol groups are huge in Japan and beyond. The size of some of these idol groups is actually insane. I mean, just look at AKB48. They currently have 43 active members. 43! I don't even know if I know 43 people. That is not a band, that is a battalion. But the group in Uma Musume is even bigger.
By my count, there are nearly 60 horse girls to
Of all the groups that you have to choose, maybe you just have to choose AKB47, 48, 47. You just have to choose AKB. AKB have been here for quite some time. to the point in which people graduate, people come in, people graduate, people come in, and what happened to those people that graduates? You can Google search it. You can Google search it. Okay.
Select and train in Uma Musume. Though with updates, that number is definitely going to change. But it also means that that stage is gonna get pretty crowded pretty fast.
And if there's one other thing that idol groups are infamous for, it's their colorful, flashy, and very elaborate costumes. In Uma
Because they have to stand out from the crowd on stage.
Musume, all of the girls have a main... Sorry, horse puns. All of the girls have a main costume that they all wear once they go on stage to perform. And oh boy, is there a lot going on with these costumes.
While you can update outfits in the game, the default stage outfit is this fun fit. The idol outfits start with a crop jacket, whose shoulder details and collar are very reminiscent of that Sailor Fuku uniform that we talked about earlier.
This is a small nod to their dual lives as both idols and students. And I'm just gonna say, Hannah Montana would be so proud.
Under that top layer, they typically wear a brown marching band-esque vest
The best of both worlds.
over top of a rouged crop top. The bottom half of this costume includes a pair of brown shorts, thigh-high socks held up by some simple garter straps,
And of course, what has to be the most glamorous and bombastic part of these idol costumes, the bustled overskirt. Just look at it, it's so fun. This over-the-top design is very reminiscent of outfits worn by real-world idol groups, such as these outfits from Fruit Zipper. But of course, we can't forget to talk about the piece de resistance on this entire outfit. Those boots. Listen, boots just make every outfit better. It's just facts. But let's be real. While school uniforms and idol outfits are certainly cute, they are not what took Uma Musume from an everyday game to an anime legend. Okay, it is time to stop horsing around and finally pony up what you've been waiting for this entire episode.
As I mentioned at the top of this episode,
Can someone comment down below how many horse jokes did she, or horse puns, horse references did Amy make in this episode? Thank you so much. Comment down below. Thank you.
all of the horse girls in Uma Musume are named after actual Japanese racehorses who raced from the 1980s to the 2000s. Yes, legendary thoroughbred racehorses like Cat in Black, Vodka, and Oguri Cap are now immortalized forever in an anime girl gacha game.
Honestly, I can't think of a bigger honor. However, the characters don't just pay homage to their IRL inspirations with their names, they do it with those outfits.
Each character was designed from the ground up to include huge Easter eggs that call back to their real-life counterparts, including colors, personality quirks, and of course, the clothes.
I'm not kidding, the Uma Musume creators really cooked on this. Unlike the school and idol outfits, each horse girl has her own individually styled racing outfit, which is tailor-made to them, their personality, and of course to pay homage to all of the fine racing horses of the past. In fact, let's start with the girl who is pretty much the mascot for this entire series.
In case in point, much respect to these artists. Great job.
Special Week.
Special Week is named after, well, Special Week, a beloved horse that won over 10 races during their 3-year career, including the Tokyo Yushun, which is part of the Japanese Triple Crown of races. In total, Special Week won over 1 billion yen in prize money, which comes out to around $7.4 million USD.
As for Special Week, the character, her outfit includes nods to the horse she was inspired by as well as its jockey.
Special Week sports a brown bob haircut with white bangs that very much mirrors the brown coat and white stripe of her real-world inspiration. Her racing outfit is also decked out in purple zigzags in a homage to the color most often worn by the real-life jockeys during the races.
And of course, we have to talk about her shoes. Special Week can be seen wearing 2 different color shoes. And yes, I know that this was a popular trend circa 2022, but that's not why she's doing it. In fact, the dual colored shoes actually represent something a little special about the real-life horse that she depicts.
You see, Special Week the horse had black hooves.
Well, mostly black hooves.
The real horse's black right hoof was white, and so the horse girl version of Special Week wears a white shoe on her right foot in honor of her IRL horse influence. Silent Suzuka also wears 2 different shoe colors for the same reason. And Tokateo wears 2 different color gloves because the real-life horse's left front foot was a different color.
And those of you who are paying special attention to the details will notice that Special Week's outfit has an all-over four-leaf clover motif. These represent his 4 victories in Grade 1 events, which just so happens to be the highest tier of horse racing. You heard me.
So much respect to the dedication and attention to details by the artists. Awesome. You guys did a great job.
I said his victories. While all the characters in Uma Musume are depicted as anime horse girls, their real-life counterparts aren't always female.
Both female and male horses, also called mares and stallions respectively, compete at the same levels of horse racing, sometimes even in the same races.
And this is where these little Easter egg lore drops gets really, really fun, because there is a way to tell whether your favorite character is based on a male or female horse.
If your favorite character wears a hair ornament on her right ear or on both of her ears, that means that her real-life counterpart was male. But if her hair ornament is worn on her left ear, then she is based on a female horse.
One of my personal favorite female-based horses is actually Vodka. I mean, just look at that outfit. Mwah.
The blue and yellow accent pieces of her look is a direct reference to the outfit that her jockey wore when she won the 2007 Japanese Derby, which is one of the premier Japanese races, by the way. And not only did she win the race, she also beat out a bunch of other male horses in the process, becoming the first female horse to win the race in 64 years. Yes, queen.
And all of that played into the design of this cool biker aesthetic racewear. She even had a rival, Daiwa Scarlet.
During the 2007 season alone, the 2 horses raced against each other 4 separate times, 3 of which were won by Daiwa. And in the 2008 Tenno Show Autumn race, Vodka and Daiwa had a race come down to a literal photo finish, with Vodka winning out by just 2 centimeters.
Whoa!
That's not even like the length of a full horse nose.
And so, Daiwa Scarlet's racing outfit was designed to be the antithesis of Vodka's, in order to reflect that real-life rivalry. While Vodka's race outfit was meant to be edgy and cool, Daiwa Scarlet's race outfit was meant to be elegant and beautiful. But not all of the racewear is based on actual races. Some of it is based on the horse's homeland.
For example,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this episode from the Style Theorists, like, game theory! No, I was wrong. Style theory? No, it's history! Yeah!
the real-life Taiki Shuttle was an American-born horse, hence why her anime counterpart is decked out in full cowgirl attire, complete with leather boots, a holster, and stars all over the place.
You know, America! And there's also a ton of horses whose names are based on real-life people. People who had absolutely nothing to do with racing. Yet, those references still made their way into the characters' outfits.
Take the horse Air Shakur, for example, named after rap icon Tupac Shakur. Their Uma Musume features a bandana around her wrist, which Tupac was often seen wearing. Then you have Meijiro Ryan, whose name and baseball uniform is a direct call-out to Hall of Fame baseball pitcher Nolan Ryan. But it doesn't stop there. You have other horses like Mayano Top Gun,
Who was, you guessed it, named after the movie Top Gun. Her jacket bears a striking resemblance to the one that Tom Cruise's character Maverick wears in the film. I mean, just look. You can definitely see the vision. Then you have the horses who weren't named for real-life people or places, but for events that happened in their actual racing careers.
Take Rice Shower, whose real-life counterpart was known as the Black Assassin, for his ability to sneak up and steal wins in races from predicted winners. Like, say, in 1992, when he defeated Mihono Bourbon, not only giving Bourbon the only loss of his entire career, but preventing him from becoming the first Japanese Triple Crown winner in nearly 10 years.
In fact, after getting beaten by Rice Shower, Bourbon never raced competitively ever again. Hey, to each their own, but that feels a little extreme for losing just one race. But maybe that's just me. But now you understand why Rice Shower's Uma Musume character wears
Wow.
a D&D inspired rogue outfit. She's got sneak attack advantage. But that's not the only nickname to inspire a killer fit. Take a look at TM Opera O.
TM Opera O, the horse, was an absolute beast during his career. By the time he retired, he had accrued more prize money than any other horse in history. It's no wonder why TM was known as Supreme Ruler of Century's End, and why TM's anime counterpart sports such regal-looking attire.
truly a king.
But from the supreme ruler of Centuries End to the complete opposite of that, we can't talk about iconic Uma Musume looks without talking about Haru Urara.
Because, how do I put this? Haru Urara was not exactly good at her job. Sorry, girl. Despite entering over 113 races over her entire 6-year career, Haru never won a race. Woof. Or should I say nay?
Oof! Nay!
Oh no. No. Oh no. It was this, let's say, turbulent career that was the inspiration behind Haru's anime counterpart being covered in bandages. She may keep falling down, but she always remains positive. And honestly, we could all use a little more of that in our lives. But if you think that never went,
Said, hey! Effort, right? A for effort, I guess. But 100 plus races and never a single one that you... Wow.
winning a race was going to make Haru unpopular, then hold on to your reins, because this is going to blow your mind.
People loved Haru. In fact, people loved her and her losing so much that they started to actually throw down money betting on her winning as a sort of good luck charm to ward off traffic accidents. Yeah, I don't quite understand it either, but hey, people can do what they want with their money.
However, that can-do attitude eventually
Imagine you lose so much times in which people like you for losing so much times as a lucky charm.
paid off, and paid off pretty well.
In 2019, nearly 15 years after her last official race, she entered a time trial event for retired female horses. And guess who came in first place?
No way!
That's right, even though it wasn't an official win of an official race, Haru was finally a winner. Get your flowers, girl! This game has made people fans not just of these anime horse girls, but of the real-life horses. The game's insane popularity across not just Japan, but internationally has led to a huge spike of interest in horse racing.
To be fair, better late than never, right?
No, I am not kidding. It's wild.
The Japanese Racing Association has reported that attendance to horse racing events is up roughly 17%, with a huge portion of that audience being women, which does go to shake up that stereotype that horse racing is just for middle-aged men.
This game is literally creating a new generation of horse racing fans, and it's changing the lives of the real-life horses in big, impactful, and positive ways.
Prior to the release of the game, Nice Nature's annual birthday charity drive to support retired horses brought in roughly 1.76 million yen, which is nothing to scoff at for sure. But compare that to the following year's event, which happened after the game was released. That one brought in 38 million yen. And then the year after, it went up to 54 million.
That is wild. You know, when I started writing this episode, I was really worried that there wouldn't be enough to talk about to fill an entire episode. And oh boy, was I wrong. I feel like I have barely scratched the surface of everything hidden in the fashion of this game. Like, no joke, my notes alone for this episode were 7 pages long. Yeah, and yet I still feel like this is only the tip of this fashion horse girl iceberg. So if you want us to go even deeper into the wild lore that is horse girl fashion, let us know in the comments below. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've been trying to pull a gold chip in my game for literal hours. Come on, girl. Why do you hate me?
But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Next time on Style Theory.
K-pop Demon Hunters is everywhere, and it has everything you could ever want. Fire music, amazing characters, and looks fit for your Napalm era. However, did you know that those fits are actually filled with some insane lore?
Well, thank you so much for this episode from the StyleTheorists. I believe the team working behind this video is amazing, and thank you so much for bringing entertainment and educational history together. It's very fun. The entertainment for the win. Thank you so much. But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Alright, thank you so much. Subscribe. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. You get the point. Thank you. Subscribe.